was suggested last week that I do more content on my vlogs that's actually from my books, and less just promotion where I talk about go buy this. But what's not realized is that even though I only read, about 5% on my vlogs, I read my books. About 75% of my content could be in one of my books, and probably about half of it actually was. I'm retelling a story. And then there's that other 15% that is just because I'm a geek. And then there's like 5% of that is just information, like my Ask Anything and my just informational stuff. And that adds up to more than 100%. So you're thinking, that's mathematically impossible. And you're right. But I didn't graduate a math major. I declared a math major, and then about 2 weeks later I changed it because trigonometry sucked. I was thinking, what am I going to... No! It was calculus, that's what it was. Because I took trig. I touched on trig in high school. I didn't really have a trig class. I was in honors math concepts or something. I don't know what it was. But in college, I was in calculus, and I was going to do math as a major until calculus sucked. And I was thinking, when am I going to use this calculus? That's the question people always ask themselves. It starts out really, like on algebra though. When am I ever going to use this? When's A going to be? You don't use it exactly the way that the book presents. You don't write quadratic equations or whatever. But what it's, people always say, if I'm not a mathematician, what is going to be important to know? And see, what math does is it teaches us thinking skills, critical thinking. You can apply it to all sorts of stuff. Like, for instance, if you want to be a chef, you're using recipes, and the recipes are this part plus this part. What if you want to cut it in half? You have to figure out how to do half a part plus a part plus a part. It's algebra, because you've got all these different variables. You've got a different. I don't know. There's math stuff. The skills that you learn in your math classes apply to other places in your life, and other things like science. When am I going to learn use chemistry unless I'm actually a chemist? I don't want to be a chemist. You know how many things in this world take chemistry? And how many things you just have to know how to put together a formula to and balance this plus this equals this. You got to be able to balance it. Like an equation or like a math problem. You have to be able to apply the stuff that you learn. Yeah. I'm not a chemist. I don't need to know all that stuff. But I need to have a pretty good base knowledge of what goes into balancing things. Same with math. I don't use a lot of math in my life, but I use enough. I need to know the basis. And it started from my ramble about calculus. Calculus is really... there's a lot to it. I'm like, this is too in-depth. But getting to that area, like algebra, geometry, getting to the advanced maths, it's really important stuff because it applies to other areas of your life. I think the base building blocks, building blocks are important to have, and in all of your areas. Reading and writing, you've got to be able to know how to write a sentence. Some people, they're grown people, and you read something they write, and you're like, what Do you know what a preposition is? It's, I mean, it's just like, where's your verb? You know, you get into the basis before you can do something more advanced. Which leads me to something also, it is a great segue. Leading this, you need to lead up to this. You need to crawl before you can walk. You need to walk before you can run. Yeah, I've heard that. Kind of cliche. Crawl before you walk and stuff. What about toddling? We've got toddlers. When a baby is born, oh, it's cute. Eventually they roll over. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. And they crawl. Oh, they're starting to get into stuff. Yeah. They toddle before they walk. You hold to something, whoop, you almost fall down. That kind of thing. That's where I was physically 8 weeks ago. The beginning of my little workout. I was in the toddling stage. I'd run down the, we have an indoor field that we work at. I'd run down that and I'd be weaving and falling over, and because my coordination is so bad, just doing a crossover step, I'm about to fall over. And my speed hasn't increased too much, but what has increased is my balance. I'm not about to fall over. I'm no longer a toddler. Walker, maybe jogger. Eventually, I want to learn how to run again. I want to learn how to jump. I can't jump anymore. I haven't been able to do it in like 25 years. I'm going to be able to jump again. And this is getting to it. You kind of have the basis, though. We do these, like the bear crawl. People say, what do you need this for? Well, you put your arms out straight, and it's almost like crawling, but your arms are straight, and your legs are doing a lot of work. So you're down low to the ground, legs are moving, and people are like, why do you need this? It's one of those building block things. If you ever do fall down, you want to be able to catch yourself. Like the lunges. You got to be able to put one leg out. Like the squats, you've got to be able to catch yourself. Put your weight on your feet. You know, those are the kind of things that are going to build into better balance. It's going to build. Like building blocks. Building blocks. I don't remember where this ramble started, but building blocks. That's the point, I guess, I'm trying to make. They're important.